This is science. Everything's got its own frequency. We know that energy is neither created or destroyed, it's merely transferred or transformed. When we speak in energy. I don't even think people pay attention half the time in conversation when I say, I feel you, I feel you, I feel you.
You said I read your mind the other day, but baby, we are just connected deeply in another way. That telepathy connection, energy that's manifested through that melanin, electric currents traveling kinetic. What you thinking? But my mama calling me. Coincidence, no higher common sense of calling ESP. We are magic while this world's unraveling. 5G cannot limit our ability to traveling. See, I'm on another level, dirty digging. Homie, get the shovel. I'm a rebel in this motherfucker, dancing with these demons. Got them screaming. This world is planting fear inside us. Clearly, I'm just over all the brainwashing. Time to wash your brain of all the pain, of all the stress, all the lies you told yourself. Open your eyes and realize you're a diamond in the rock. Don't let them tell you what you're not. It's time to show the world all this magic that we got with telepathy.
So hear me clearly. For me, language is liberation. The words that we have, they define and describe the very things that free our mind, but only when we choose with intention and pay attention to the frequency of the words that we use to construct our realities. Who do you say that you are? I am. I am. Those two words alone are the very beginning to a powerful sequence of awakening yourself to who and all that you are, have been and will be. We talk in frequency.
Focus your energy. Mental telepathy. Clouded visions, poison minds, can't see clear enough. The world full of interference, so God ain't hearing us. My spouse miles away, can't even take a walk in public. Coronavirus got us locked away like lab subjects. Close your eyes and you can feel the pain, we all connected. Empath, so I sense when every soul's ejected. A mystic, magical, way beyond simplistic. 5G blocking my chi, keeping our signals twisted. Communicate with my mind, mental telepathy. Into nature, so we speak on different frequencies. My third, I watch, the other two never truly see. The world is an illusion shrouded in secrecy. A king by birthright, a god at first sight. Divine shine bright, blind the wicked at first light. Open your heart chakra and let these words shock you. We telepathic, use your magic like a witch doctor. Meditation. Focus your energy. Mental telepathy.
Hekau are Kemetic or ancient Egyptian words of power that speaks to the soul. I command your soul to listen. Nuktichaz un mesura aritun ak em ta temau. Nuktichaz un mesura aritun ak em ta temau. Nuktichaz un mesura aritun ak em ta temau. Nuktichaz un mesura aritun ak em ta temau.
Hey, peace, y'all. Peace and blessings, knowledge.
Peace.
You're
Oh my God. You know, I was in my zone, like, oh
Yeah.
wow. Said what I said.
Yes. I said, wait a minute. Look at Sunshine. She didn't changed up on me. Then turned into a divine God.
Shape shifting out here, like.
Well, it's my sister's birthday, so shout out to Sunshine Monie L. Happy solar return, sis. Wherever you may be out there having a good old time, you will be back with us the next Saturday that we are here. So shout out to my sis Sunshine. So how you been? Knowledge, you good?
I'm good. I'm telling you, it's easy like Sunday morning on a Saturday evening.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you tapped in. This is a good conversation to have with you, sir. So we were talking. Yeah.
I hope so. I
didn't get to bring you on to my Soulmate Sunday. So why not have this conversation here a little bit?
Right. I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel, feel.
Oh man. All right. So today we're gonna be talking about relationship bonds, more like romantic relationship bonds, soul bonds, how we bond with certain people and maybe not others. We feel more drawn to certain people, maybe because of different reasons, and we want to get into what that may be. Also, there's some ties that we want to be cutting sometimes and how we can do that, or have we ever experienced things like that? So we're gonna get into that. And I know, you know, my sister has some things to say. So when she come back, we're gonna have a part two of this here conversation. But just to get into it, I wanted to talk about, soul bonds. When you meet somebody and you feel like you just click and that bond is just made, you know. I have experienced it. I will say that I've been in very few actual relationships because they've lasted so long. So I feel like my whole life was different contracts I came down here to fulfill. It was just like I never dated for short periods of time. So to me, those were like, oh, this is a contract. I didn't know how long it was going to last, but it lasted for a while. So I wanted to get into, like, have you ever experienced meeting someone like the first time and just being like your soul kind of recognizes that other soul?
Yes.
You felt that before?
Hmm.
Has it been like just a friend, or was it a romantic relationship, or like in a romantic setting, or just another person you seen before?
I think the romantic setting is often a first inclination versus what's actually happening in reality.
Hmm.
You I guess in the chakra system, if you ascribe the root chakras first, so I guess in that sacral space, it's automatically romantic. You know, versus giving things time to evolve and flush out and see, like, okay, we have a connection, but what is that connection? You know, and sometimes it's reverse. You might think you have a bond with somebody that's platonic and it's supposed to be romantic. So, you know, over the years, looking to try to explain that or delve into that from the space, kind of gives you some further insight. But to be short about it, I've had those instances, and oftentimes those instances are convoluted based off of the first inclination. So,
I like that. Yes, I believe I agree with that. I have had those instances. I just recall an instance where I thought it was maybe a twin flame or soulmate connection when that person probably killed me in my last life. And that's why I recognized them. Really, it wasn't really the person for me. I thought the butterflies were a good feeling, but it really was my body having anxiety. You just never know, because you thinking, because of all the things well, damn, I recognize you. So it must be, it might not necessarily be a good thing that I recognize you. Like, damn,
right,
it might be a
right.
warning going off. Shit.
That movie Hancock, if you remember that movie,
I
because
do.
I wanna stay away from whatever goodness, greatness, graciousness that you got for my sister. So I want y'all to
Yeah.
be able to stay over there, so we could kind of go over to our area, whatever that is. You see what I'm saying? So that way, because I was gonna ask you, like, yo, can you break down the twin flame versus the
Oh,
soulmate?
yeah.
But I want you to save that for sis.
I
So
got you.
in the movie Hancock, if you remember
Mhm.
that film, the character Hancock, that wasn't even his name. He had forgot everything. He forgot who he was. He forgot what happened. So his meeting, you know, with the lady, it was tumultuous, but it was tumultuous for a particular purpose. She knew exactly who he was, but he
Yeah.
didn't know who he was. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So just as these instances, that we're speaking about, it was best for her and him to be separate than it was for them to be together, because when they were
Mhm.
together, they were in a weakened state. They could be
Yes.
hurt, they could be killed. So the further away he got from her, the stronger he became, and she was able to come back. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
Yep. Yep.
these are instances, you know, that are shown in a cinematic fashion, but we can delve into them into that reality. Like in regards to intimate, I'll just say this and then I'll go back to you. In regards to intimate, we look at intimate and automatically assume romantic, but it's intimate relation, how we relate to one another, because re is a prefix. That means again. That means
Right.
that we had something before and we're coming back to communication, from our ancient, civilizations. We come back through our bloodline. We come back
Yes.
to finish what we started. We come back. So we relate. This is our relationships. These are our
Relatives.
innocent relatives. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
these things become relative to our experience and whatever our
Mm,
mission is. So
absolutely.
that essence is something that is often glossed over. So we look outward for relationships without developing our relationship from within,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So
Mm-hmm.
within the family dynamic or within the self, you know. So yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes. I'm sitting here just like, but it's true. It is true. And you're right about that. It and we won't get too far into what a twin flame and what a soulmate is, but a lot of people have a mistaken idea that all twin flames are supposed to be together this life. And to me, your twin flame is going to teach you the most critical lessons in this life, but that don't mean you end up together. You may be the biggest heartbreak you ever had. It may be, then that's the draining, is we're better apart, but I learned some things from you. I learned how to put up boundaries. I learned blah 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 blah. So like that twin flame energy that everybody romanticizes about, I believe that, like you just described as Hancock, it can go either way. That person can come into your life and they could actually, you think it's something bad, but they're teaching you things. They just got to teach you in a different way. They got to teach you in the way that they came to teach you. And again, I like the way you broke down the because our relatives, we think that we didn't choose, but we did. We did. These are our bloodline. We do come back through our bloodlines. And so we did choose, we knew that, I look at my daughter, I have a 3-year-old, and I look at her and I say, damn, that's grandma. That's a great grandma right there. She's older than all of us and she's the baby. So I definitely believe that when we meet certain people, especially if we're aware and we're open to, the energy that we feel when we're around certain people, we'll recognize those we've come in contact with before. And be it a friend, be it romantically. But yeah, you're right. That romantic, like I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna get back to my little story. I felt that joy. It was just like my soul actually hot was like, yo, like I know you, and it scared me because I was like, no, I don't. I'm talking to my soul, like, no, no, bitch, you don't know him. It's like, yes, you do, yes, no, you know him, like, no, I don't, and I don't like how comfortable you are with this person. Like, I'm talking to myself, like, honestly. And this was a soul tie. It was a really traumatic soul tie that had to occur in my life, and my soul recognized it. Like, it wasn't saying you know him. It was really telling me, this is the part in the story where shit gets real. Ma'am, this is the villain. This is the one that you're going to consider the villain this life. Not that that person was a villain. I just didn't understand their mission was to show me certain things about myself, reflect certain things about me to me that I was lacking in, like boundaries I had down that I allowed certain people in. It was a part of the script. So yes, I believe that, in those kind of, we all can have these different type of relationships and they're not always going to be positive ones, but it doesn't mean that that person wasn't meant to be in your life to teach you something. Because most of my lessons come from the most difficult relationships. They don't come from the smooth ones. It's the difficult ones that I tend to learn a lot from. Yeah.
I'm clapping that up because part one just became part two. And I said in the space of conjuring, Okay, we conjured the divine God. She was like, I'm not waiting until part 2. I got something to say right now. I don't care if it's my birthday. I don't care if I'm about to perform right now. I'm going to be in the building regardless. So put your hands together and show your love for the real actual person that's supposed to be here and not her understudy avatar. Okay, so I'm going to push a button to disappear and she going to reappear where she's supposed to be at. Okay, sunshine.
My sister. Oh, look at you.
Hey, I was like, put me in, coach. I came here.
Look at you. Look at all Amazonian and beautiful. I want to be where the fuck you at.
You know, it's my birthday weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you look gorgeous. You shining like the sun for real today.
Thank you, love. How y'all feeling? How y'all healing?
We feeling good, healing good. Did you perform yet?
No, I did not. Thankfully, everybody was CPT time. What happened was, so I'm at the table talking to somebody. He was like, "What else do you do besides jewelry?" And I was like, "I do a podcast." Oh shit, I do a podcast.
I knew that she's here, though. She made it to the building. She made it on her birthday weekend and everything. That's dedication right there, sis. That's dedication. Yeah. Yeah. So we was talking about them soul ties, and I was talking to not necessarily soul ties, but relationships where you've met someone and your soul like just jump out and be like, yo, I know that person. Like, I know you. And I said that, you know, at first I thought it was like, yo, that's the one you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life. Like, that's what I thought. Cause I'm just thinking, why my soul so reactive? You know, first of all, it scared me at first. But then I realized that, you know, later on, this motherfucker probably killed me in my last life. My soul was probably trying to warn me, red flag, run the other way. But I'm thinking it's butterflies and shit. And that's nervousness because you coming close to the person that's going to. But to me, it actually was a change in the script. You know, it was the time, it was like my soul warning me, okay, here we come to this climax. She's going to meet this person. And yeah, they're going to do a number on her. But it's going to take her to another level. It's going to change her whole life. You know, sometimes you got to hit that rock bottom to go back up. So I realized that was, you know, a soulmate, but it was a karmic tie. And we were talking about those bonds. So sis, tell me about any bonds you've had that you felt like were soul bonds or karmic bonds that you felt like you've had in your life so far.
I think that with my son's dad, I really feel like we knew each other before. And it's so funny because I've had like readings. I forget her name. Dang, I want to shout her out, but she's on YouTube. I'm going to shout her out later, though. It's going to come to me at a random moment. But like she did a reading one time. And you know what it was? My phone started playing her reading. Like I never followed her. I never clicked on her before. It was like I threw my phone on the bed. Like I always do. I come in the crib. I toss my stuff on the bed. And I hear this woman talking in the background. I'm like, who is that on my phone? And it's her. She did this reading and was like, yeah, it's somebody that, you know, you're with now. And at this time we wasn't together, so I didn't know who she was talking about. I was like, this ain't even about me. But they was like, in a past life, you were the man and he was the woman. And in this life is reversed. And this person gonna leave you. They keep leaving you and they leaving you again. And I'm like, I know. And it just like made so much sense. But that's definitely somebody that I know that I knew in another life, but I don't think we were romantically involved, or maybe we were and we just wasn't supposed to be.
So you know what, you said some dope shit when you said that he was the woman and you were the man, because with my ex-husband, I always told him, I was like, damn, I am the husband. Like, I feel like in the last life, you was the wife. And maybe this shit is going down like this. Maybe I did you dirty in the last life, and now you gonna come back and do me dirty. I don't know, but this shit feels weird. I know this shit. So
it feels very weird. So like, I definitely know for a fact I knew him in another life because we just clicked so well. It's so like natural. And then when I turned 30, like everybody around me just looked real familiar. Like, when I turned 30, that's when I like officially separated with my son's dad. And because I was like, yeah, I can't keep doing this with you. These patterns is doing too much on me. And that's when I really started working. That's when I published my book. That's when, and I had an interview on Do the Knowledge Radio. I think this is like the 1 year, maybe tomorrow will be the 1 year anniversary of that interview. Oh, but wow. Yeah, I released my book. I, solidified my company as a LLC, and I released my Less Mantras EP, all those affirmation songs, and then I released my horror book that I wrote, my novel I wrote. I did all of that for my 30th birthday for myself, and it was just like I don't know what it did to my magnet. Maybe it was like I finally opened the doors I was supposed to open, because ever since then, like I walked into a space. So like I used to like. Lava God and Free Soul was performing out here at the AMF house, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go support my friends. Like, we out, Virgo gang. So I go out there, and everybody in there was just like hella familiar. Like, I seen all of y'all before, like finishing each other's sentences, like already talking about like stuff we've been through, like where we at in life. And it was like, it was so aligned. And it was just like, ooh, like I don't know if this because I'm having my Saturn return, or if like it's because I finally walked in my power, or maybe I walked in my power because of my Saturn return. Like I have no idea what it was, but it was just like when I turned 30, just everybody just like felt so comfortable. And so now it's to the point now, because I'll be 32 in a couple days, Monday. And now it's like if I don't feel that, if you don't feel like a familiar to me, I don't want to be around you. It's gotten so like that now. So it's not always like love, like romantic love, but I will say like the last couple of men that I've been romantically involved with since my son's dad, they were familiar. They felt so familiar. Like I was supposed to meet them and have those encounters. But like me, I feel like I play too much. I'd be like bouncing from here to there, there to here. Like I don't know if I can be kept or not. But we'll see. Cause like sometimes they'd be like, I wonder how he's doing. I want to like just hang out with him for the weekend real quick, cause I miss him. Or like I want to go over here and I want to go over there. But like I don't do that stuff. I just think about it. So chill in my inbox, because I can't do stuff like that. Because people start going in on my inbox immediately, like, oh, I saw you like to go here, there, and everywhere. Like, no, I don't. I was just playing. I think about it.
I think about it though.
Jeez. But yeah, that's how it's been. The individual I'm with now, we trying to figure out where we saw each other, because I'm like, yo, he knows my cousin, and I'm like, yo, if you know my cousin, then you probably see me when we was kids. Like we were really trying to like pinpoint this out, because it's just so comfortable and familiar, and just like already like we knew each other for like 30 years and chilling.
For sure.
But that's how it's been. I've been chilling with my soul tribe, and it's been cool. Creating cool bonds. But yeah, like you said, some people you recognize because they on some fuck shit.
You just don't know that yet, though. I think
I be knowing it. My spirit be like, nah, not this one. This ain't it.
Now some of them I know, but then it'd be like some of them I'd be like, oh, that's what you wasn't excited. You was scared, soul. You was like, run, bitch. Why you hugging him? Go the other way.
My spirit be like, no. You know what happens? Like I have debates in my head because of this whole spiritual love and light indoctrination we under, where we supposed to love and hug everybody. I don't love and hug everybody. I'm very judgmental. I'm very nitpicky. I'm very detail oriented. That's just how I am. I'm not going to do everything with everybody, but this community, we can get on that on another conversation. Because let me tell you, first of all, shouts to Knowledge, because Wednesday was popping. I was there for like first of all, I didn't even know Wednesdays up here was popping like that. But on a different Saturday, we can get into that, because like that's why I feel the way I feel. I'm not doing everything with everybody. And some people come into my space and they seem like okay, but then a lot of people come into my space, I could tell like you're a vampire and you just here to do some nut shit in my space. Now I don't got time for it. But then you'll have like this love and light and hippie indoctrination given to us so that we don't know who our enemy is. We think everybody our friend, everybody's a love interest, everybody is brother or sister or tribe, and that's not true. That's not true on no level. Skin color, woman to woman, man and woman, it's not true. Some of these is souls. Some of these souls out here is dusty, and you might be the only person they dusty to. They might be so great to other people, but they dusty to you. Yep. And that's just how it is. It's I was talking to somebody last night, and I was talking about how like I look at relationships like chemical equations. Like, you know, if some of our chemicals ain't aligning, we could combust. We can create a
Mm.
fire real quick. We could do a couple
Hey
different
man,
things, you know.
it's
But if
energy.
it's
Certain
working
energies.
well, we gonna create oxygen. We gonna
Look,
make life.
if you put 2+ sign batteries and it ain't supposed to go that way, that shit will blow up in the back, right? If you ain't got a plus and a
You hear
minus,
me?
you know, and then sometimes they supposed to line up the same way. It just depends on what the situation is. But yeah, not all energy is supposed to be mixed. And no. Not everybody's and not everybody should be welcome to your energy. So another part of this I wanted to talk about is, you know, when you get somebody who, because again, you know, we get into these relationships, we get into these karmic ties, and we don't remember, not all of us remember our soul contracts. But sometimes when it's time to let go and get rid of these things, you know, get rid of these energies that attach themselves to us, because we don't realize sometimes that, you know, you once you leave somebody doesn't mean that energy leaves you. You know, I know people, I can feel their thoughts still when they're thinking
Mhm.
about me, and I'm just like, why? Just don't think, because I ain't thought about you, and I don't know how long, and now all of a sudden you in my head, and it's like, whoa, you still attached. Because you know, there's ways you can detach from energies. Do you have you practiced any of those ways there, Sunshine? Have you detached your energy from a karmic before?
Yeah, I cut my hair off.
Yes, because it holds energy like a mother.
I cut my hair a few times. I used to have locks all the way down to my waist, and when it was before I turned 30. It was my 29th, and at that time I just like I really was ready to walk in my power with all the things, because I'm a knowledge hoarder. I've been, you know, studying a lot of things for hella years, but like I'm just now coming out into like outside talking to people about what it is that I've been doing in private for like over a decade. So it's like I wanted to cut all that off. Like I didn't want to be timid no more. You know, I wanted better for me. At that time I was still kind of sort of in limbo with my son's dad. He was still doing me dirty. I was trying to believe, something with my son's dad. I still wanted to like have something with him. But like it was just to the point where it's just like, yo, I just want to start over. So I cut my hair shoulder length, and that was the Sunshine everybody saw. The shoulder length Sunshine with the thick purple locks. That was the one that everybody got to see. That was the one that was on stage everywhere. And then last year on 9/9, it was something. It was like a feeling I had for a couple weeks. Like, yo, cut the rest of your hair off. Like, just let it go. And I was like, nah, like, you know, I got memories with these. Like, they finally look the way I want them to look. Like, you know, this is my trademark now. It's on all my stuff. Like, and then on 9/9, we was on my way to my little brother's birthday. And it was like yelling in my ear, like, you're not leaving this house until you cut that shit off. I was like, I just started cutting it off. I got some scissors. I cut my hair off. And it, like, around that time, I was having headaches. And it felt like it was like a pressure, like squeezing my head. As soon as I cut the first lock, it was like release. It was like release. And I wasn't in that time when I cut my hair, I wasn't intentionally trying to separate myself from anyone or anything. It just felt so good after I cut that. Once I felt what it felt like to cut that first one off, it was like, oh no, I gotta finish. Like I need this all over my head. And it just so happened that was when everything hit the chopping block. Like, you know, the relationship I was in at the time, like it wasn't serving. And Nika, I'm a recovering people pleaser, so I be trying to drag shit out. So on the Lunar New Year, 2222, that's when I lost my car. Me and my partner finally broke up because I was dragging that shit. I was like, no, we can make it work. Like, don't put me back out of the streets.
Right. Oh my God.
I'm not for the streets.
I'm a pretty princess.
Right, I'm a pretty princess. So, you know, I finally let him go. Lost the car. I lost a lot of people in my life because Spirit was like, Nika, you need to heal. You need to focus on you and healing your body, because I was in the bed. I couldn't get out the bed. It was a lot to just get up to go to the bathroom, and then I would be waking up out of my sleep in pain. I was in pain, and nobody was checking on me. Like, I have this habit where at least once a week I make my phone calls, my text messages. Hey, how you doing, sis? How you doing, sir? How you, peace? How you been? What's up? How the kids? You need anything? This, that, and the third. You want to collab on something? You good? We good? Bet. I used to do that at least once a week to everybody I was associated with. If I vended for you more than like 3 times, good enough for you to have my phone number and my Instagram, and we actually using it, like, you was gonna get hit up. So when Spirit was like, don't hit them up, a piece of me started getting sad because I knew they wasn't going to hit me up. I knew they didn't care. And that was why I made it once a week. I had like that fucking real moment with myself. Like, I hit them up once a week because I know if I don't hit them up, they're not going to hit me up. They don't give a fuck about me. Like, they're not really my friends. I don't have any friends. Like, I got associates. I got business, people I do business with. But a friend, like, where, like, you know, I will say, like, now in this moment being present, I do have a few really good girlfriends, and we on Facebook, you being included, and my girlfriend Danielle that I do Virgo Virgin talk with. But I don't really have no friends. I got people that come around and they pick my energy and then they keep it moving. And so in that space, I had to keep it 100 with myself and tell me that's what it was. And if that's what it is, why do I keep doing that? Why am I not just focused on healing my body right now? Why am I making sure this one solved that problem and that one solved that problem? Like, don't stop doing it. So I stopped texting them, and then nobody hit me back. I was right. Nobody hit me back.
That's it. Stop texting and they don't hit you up. That's when you know.
Yeah, none of them.
But you know, it's that hard truth. You know, us people pleasers, we come into this world just wanting to be liked, and we do everything except for look at ourselves. And sometimes when we take that hard look at ourselves, we realize, you know what, we should have let these people go a long time ago. We look at all the shit we lost, energy we put in, money we put in, all the time we do for others. And you know, same thing with me. My mom passed away, and it was very few people that even checked on me. When her 1 year anniversary came, not one family member called me and came to my house. I live 15 minutes from my grandmother, which is her mother and her sisters. And not one person came to my house and checked on me that day. And that bothered me, but not really, because you know what? It just made me more resilient, more able to rely on my own energy, be able to sit here with my mother and my daughters and strengthen that bond, because it made me realize that those who were around me, who did recognize, you know, what was going on, you know. And then a lot of times people, you know, we expect from people what we give, but some people just ain't built like that. They just don't even know how to give. They don't even know how to speak up or be there for you. They don't even know that sometimes being there is just being there. You ain't got to say shit. Just call, and sometimes you can just breathe on the phone with me and just let me cry. Shit. Okay, be there. You know, those kind of bonds are important. And so we get into these, and back to the relationships, we get into relationships with people and we build those kind of bonds. And then it's really hard because you've given up. You didn't told people your personal life. You didn't told them your intimate secrets. And then you do that bargaining thing, you know, where y'all not together, but you're still trying to be friends shit. And then eventually it's like, you know what?
It don't work. It feels so like, it feels so phony on my end. So I know that person being phony because I feel phony. Like, I'm fake smiling. I really don't want to smile at you. I want to tell you about yourself because you really hurt me. And I'm not even that kind of person. Like, I'm very thoughtful. I'm very nurturing. Like, you tell me something, and if it feels important, I'm going to do everything in my power to remember and show up. Like, and it's just like when it's not. And it's like things like that. You don't even got to tell me. You don't have to tell me to do those things. So why do I have to tell you?
Because
they be the same person talking about something. Oh, I don't got no friends. I keep to myself. People weird. You different. I like to be around you because you different and you really care about people. But then you don't give it back to me. So basically, when you was around them people that didn't care, you were around your reflection. You're not ready for a goddess like me because you aren't a goddess like me.
Exactly. They don't want what they was giving out though. They should have don't want that.
Yeah, that's really what it was. That's
they
really
want
what
that
it
one.
was.
Yeah, you give up. We start give a lot. We up here pouring from cups, and we got water. We got streams coming from everywhere. Here, have more. And then you look up and you're like, damn, ain't nobody pouring into me. You have a hard day, and ain't nobody hit you up. You had a rough ass week. Nobody hit you up. You had, you know, you having a hard time with the kids like Charlene. You had a bad day. This nigga ain't even. Now you want me to come on home to meet Charlene? Goddamn, get on out my face. You ain't paying no attention.
No mind whatsoever. And that's so funny. I got a friend, like my friend D, yeah, when we be FaceTiming each other, we don't even be talking sometimes. She be over there making her soaps or doing whatever, cooking. I be over here wrapping my stuff and we be quiet. And my son will walk in like, why y'all just looking at each other, just doing stuff? Like, this is being present. Like, we save the space for each other. So when she do think of something, she ain't gotta pick up her phone and text. She can just say it out loud and I'm gonna respond. We cool, we chilling, mind the business. We do that for like 4 or 5 hours. And after a while, I was like, all right, so I'm gonna hang up. My phone died.
Yeah. Oh, I used to do that. Oh, I can do that all day. Like,
For
you know,
real.
sometimes I get off the StreamYard. If it's somebody that I like really fuck with, we'll be sitting on here, this girl just sitting doing whatever the hell we was doing. Oh, we working on, okay, I'm working on this, and we'll just shit, it's 8 o'clock, girl. I'll talk to you later. All right. It's the energy. You still in each other's energy. And without, like we know about human design, I'm still able to feed off of you and you feeding off of me. So whatever I'm doing, I'm pulling from your energy. And so we still working with each other. People think that speaking and shit, you ain't got to be talking all the time, because talking just filling up space if you ain't saying shit. You know, I don't want to be filling up space. I'd just rather be thinking so I can come up with some brilliant shit to say. You know, sometimes you just got to be quiet sometimes. But yeah, man, I have some really close bonds. A lot of my bonds this year, I'm not gonna lie, I was hitting that no new friends shit a long time ago. I'm glad I made new friends. And I'm not gonna, hate on my older friends, but my new friends, the friends that Divine have put into my circle recently, they are exactly what I need in my life. They're the exact type of support that I need in my life. They don't want anything from me. They just want to see me win, and they win and us win. And so those are the type of people now. And I think that's because I'm emitting that kind of energy. All I want to do is see other people win. I bring them on my podcast. I want people to see you. If you dope, I want them to see you. And I want you to win. And then when you win, you let everybody know about this little podcast over here called Pronoia Starseed. And we keep it going over here. And that's it. That's all we do is just keep building with each other. But it's energies and people that you just can't eat with. They can't sit at your table. They can't eat with you.
They want to, but they're not ready. Like I could feel that energy better now too. Like people that want to, they on their way, but they're not where I'm at. So I can't be like, oh, okay, little tink tink, I got you, baby. Like you could come sit at my table as if you were my equal. No, you can't. You could sit at my table as a customer and let me heal you.
Yes,
because I've tried to do the other. Like it sounds crazy, but like I've tried to do the latter, and it's expectations and requirements to be considered a part of my tribe. My sister on that level. It's requirements, as it should be with anybody. All of y'all, if y'all don't have requirements for people to enter y'all tribe and y'all just loving and lighting everybody, you are doing yourself a disservice. And if you haven't learned from the repeated patterns of our culture, we can't just be letting everybody in. That's how we ended up in this mess we in now. Just letting anybody go in. Oh, love and light, you could be my friend, I'll teach you how to garden. And now we getting shot at and our villages burnt down. That's crazy. Like, we're not gonna do that no more. I don't care what your skin color is, because it was our skin color that brought the motherfuckers over here too. They was over there leading the motherfucking boats. Who they taught them how to wash their eggs. They taught them how to build boats, and then they brought their asses over here. And we was like, oh, it's some of our skin folk up there.
That ain't your kin folk, y'all. Not at all. Yes. Yeah, you're right. You gotta vet these souls, man. Everybody ain't allowed into the gates. And that's the thing. It's like, again, my circle of people, I'm very open with what Divine has given me as far as a gift to speak to people, but as far as letting you into my inner circle is very tight, and I like it that way, because people, you think they rooting for you, but they drilling the holes in your boat, and you wondering why you sinking, because they sitting back there just in
blackface.
Oh yes,
some of these souls is out here in blackface. Don't be fooled by the melanin.
Right. Yes, I had to tell my daughter, we talking about on Manifestation Mondays, my old Lisa will be joining me on Pronoia. And one of the topics I was trying to explain to my daughter is this manifestation tool that I want to introduce to the star seeds. And one of the number one rules of the tool is cannot tell anyone, not any soul besides you and your divine creator, about what you are trying to manifest. Nobody, no one, because you don't know people's subconscious intentions and thoughts. You don't know that energy is, you put out 100 into the universe, and now you done told your friend who like, she can't do that. How she gonna do that? She can't do that. And boom, There you go. Now it went from 100 down to 80 or 20 or 60.
Exactly. And it be the people that like sit in your face and be like, yes, queen, you could do anything. Da, da, da. And me, the whole time you trying to do a group ritual, trying to pray with people, they over there in their head like she mad unrealistic. Like she need more realistic goals. Why she even say that? Da, da, da. They be thinking about that shit, and then you wonder why your shit ain't work. Your shit ain't work because everybody at your table not really rooting for you. Some of them people just want to eat. They just there to eat. They're not rooting for you to make sure you get more food. They want to eat what you already got on your table. And when you don't got none, they're gonna go to the next table. My mama always said, watch how people treat the other people around them, because you are next. Don't think you're exempt. So like I pay attention to that. Like, how do you treat your mother? And then I listen to how people talk about other people, because that's how you're gonna talk about me.
Yep.
That's exactly how you're gonna talk about me. That's exactly how you're gonna do me. I'm not exempt. I'm not special. I'm not a part of peace, goddess. I'm not a part of any like new part of your life. Like you in the same patterns. And it's like I gotta tell myself, like, I'm okay with being next on this thing. And it was a couple of times where my ego was like, you know what, I think I could handle it. I'll be next. Fuck that. And then turned around and it happened to me, and I was really in my feelings. Like, see, you thought you could be next, right? You can't handle it, can you? You over there hurt? Your feelings hurt? Yes, they are hurt. They're very hurt.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, you can't be doing that. You know, it's so funny you brought that up, because on Wednesday I actually was watching that little 5-minute clip of Bobby Hemmings' speech saying about group rituals. Like, don't be doing them, Jones, because like you could be around spiritual people that can name crystals, they meditate, libations, all of that. You could do all of that, and they still, it is not going to be rooted for you. Some people still suffer from jealousy. Some people still suffer from this American concept of competition, and there can only be one. There can only be the greatest type energy. You know, some people just suffer from like lack of faith in self, so they can't give you something that they're not even giving themselves. Like, there's this brother, and I know he supports me, because he done so many things for me in my business. Like, I can't even name or count them all. But when I came to him about the land, he told me I was doing too much. I was being too ambitious.
Wow.
How dare you? And then, like, you know, every now and then, you know, because all magic comes with a price. So just because I got certain things in alignment don't mean like shit is kicks and giggles now. Like, that's not real life. We live in this physical plane. There's always going to be issues. I don't care how much money you got in your pocket, how many acres of land, how much food you grow. Sometimes it's going to be a drought. Sometimes the buzzard's going to come eat up all your shit, the worms, the red. It's like, it's always going to be problems. So when I come to him with like, and I wouldn't even come into him, it's just like on some, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm dealing with this, but I wasn't complaining. I was just saying, like, you know, I'm trying to get through this hump on the land situation. See, that's why I said you shouldn't have got it. Da, da, da. So you're not on my team. You rooting against me. You can't be in my corner, bro.
Right.
You can't be on my tribe, and you can't be in my corner talking to me like that, because I don't do that to you.
Right. You throwing all that negative 63, 64 at my 100. Now I'm down to 44 with my dreams coming in slow, because your ass done slowed my shit down, because you can't see it for yourself. So you want to not see it for me. Yes, I think my sister didn't left me for a second. All right, I'm back. I'm being just hold it down myself then. But yes, you know, we got to be careful with the people we call our tribe members. And again, you know, we have contracts. There are things that we're going to have to encounter. There are going to be people that we're going to encounter that are not necessarily for us and not working in our, you know, highest good, but we will learn lessons from them. They will come in and, you know, they will teach us the things that we need to learn from them. And then we'll meet better people and we'll move forward. You know, and then so to get back to the relationship bonds, and there are ways, you know, to separate yourself spiritually from people or things that you do not believe are for you. So Sunshine is like, put me in, coach, coach. So she is behind the scenes. We're just gonna hold tight. She'll be joining us back in a minute. But there are people out here that are not for you, y'all. You know, and you just got to be careful. Use your power of discernment. Understand the energies. Some energies are attracted to your light because moths are attracted to flames. Doesn't mean that they are a flame. It's not that they are equal to you or deserve to be in your energy or any of that. Just because somebody likes you don't mean you got. I used to tell my daughter, I tell her that now. Just because somebody like you don't mean you gotta like them back. It's not mean. Your energy recognizes other energy. What's for you is for you. So again, we talking about these here relationship bonds between we're talking about romantic, but all kinds of relationships, they form certain bonds in our lives, and we have to be careful. I have a situation now of what y'all are talking about. This is Miss Lele. I'm talking to my folks in the comments as I wait for my sister to rejoin me here on. Yeah, so I feel it good. You know what, sis? These energy, there are energy vampires out here. Sometimes I used to say heartless people will find the person with the biggest heart, and because they want to take it, they want a piece of it, and so you got to guard it. You got to be like roses with thorns sometimes out here. And again, it's the power of discernment. You gotta let spirit know, and then you gotta understand that some relationships, some difficulties will come. They're gonna come regardless if we want them or not. There's gonna be people that are gonna use, abuse, misuse, cheat, do whatever the hell they're gonna do. But we're gonna learn from those situations. We're never gonna be lessened by them. I said it on my show the last time. You are never lessened by your lessons. You only grow from them. Yes, there go my sis. Hey.
My bad. They kicked me all the way out. It's like, oh man. I was trying to look at the chat and I accidentally pressed the leave button.
Oh yeah, girl, I've done that.
But we got people in the chat though. I wanted to read some of y'all comments. Thank y'all for tapping in. Shadow Crow said some brothers close to you have raped women teachers known in the Bay Area and might tell you not to find out about them, so you've got poison within your circle soon to be made public in blackface. And if the veterans are men and not the ancestors, be mindful they're keeping you from the truth that they themselves are the monsters. That's very true. Found out online, a few of the brothers were nice meeting you too, goddess. Some of the brothers were actually like beating on their wives and stuff, and finally, the wife, called the cops and stuff like that. But like putting out to the forefront that this man that y'all was letting in y'all temples and was calling brother, y'all wasn't really keeping him because y'all didn't know this whole time he was beating on his wife like that in front of the child and stuff. Yeah, and then some of them are rapists. There have been men that have come to me for healing and were, rapists and different things like that. I have a background in psychology, so I deal with all kinds of people. That's not nothing new to me. When I was working, for someone else as an employer, I was in those kind of spaces. Me being, out here as a healer in my own space, I still deal with the same kind of energy sometimes. So you'll have some people that actually like do want to get better, but they can't escape that pattern of themselves. I don't really know what that is to put like a finger on it. I can speak about it because I don't get emotionally evoked about it, but like there is a whole different, like it's a pattern that's set on them for some reason and they can't get out of it. Now some people kind of they dusty about it, but and then Lele was talking about what she said. I have a situation now. Oh, okay, I see it.
So she feel what we were saying about those ties and those bonds.
Oh, okay.
And then 100 Black Rock says, you're right. You need to be sensitive to people's spirits. Yes, we come in contact with so many people, but we have to be discerning of their energy, because I also know that like we get with people and we'll wonder why our lives start going down when we get with this person, and this person's always going through something. You always seem to be jumping in to help them, right? But you can't save people from their karma. That's the thing that we don't seem to realize, is that we try to get in the way of other people's karma, and then our lives start getting fucked up. And then we wondering what we did wrong. You in the way. Move the fuck out the way. And sometimes some people, you don't know who they were before you met them. So all you know is, damn, why does this keep happening? And I'm giving an example because I was telling Knowledge Born that, I had a relationship where I felt that soul tie, but I also realized when I was with that person within that whole year and a half that we were together, that they were always having something that was like a creditor or somebody was always scamming them, and they would fall for it. And I'd be like, damn, why you always getting? And then so I would tell them like, no, I just paid that bill. It was like $1,600. They told me I owe, but I don't even know what it was. And I'm like, why would you pay it then? Don't you know that this is a scam? And then we'll look into it. It'll be a scam, but it's too late. And I'd be like, why? And it'll continuously happen to that person. But the reason is because he wasn't a good person. In the long run, I learned that person was not a good person. And like I started listening to the stories he would tell me about exes and stuff. And I was like, ooh, so this is the pattern. And I just didn't want to hear it. You know, we tune out what we want to hear, we don't want to hear, and we tune up what we do want to hear when people start talking to us. You know, they saying all the stuff like you're beautiful and I'm gonna be here for you. Oh, okay. But I ghosted my last ex and I'm toxic and shit. We don't hear that part. They throwing them red flags all up in our faces, but we only hear what we want to hear. And so, I was telling Knowledge about, I felt again like my soul jumped out of my body, like you recognize that person. And in the long run, it was really a turning point in my life. I mean, you saw that show I had, it was called The Day That I Died. And it was like around the same time, that I was almost about to commit suicide. All of this played into that. So that person had a part to play in that. So my soul recognized that was a point where I was going to end up, possibly leaving this earth or making the wrong decision. And so it was more of anxiety again that I felt when I saw that person. I think my soul felt versus feeling anxious, like, ooh, that's my soulmate. My soul probably was like, ooh, run, boo, run. And I should have listened. So we do have to be concerned and discerning of energy. Something else that Knowledge had touched on earlier, and I like the way he said it was, we were talking about the word, because remember, or, your relatives, we come back through bloodlines. And so a lot of times, again, my sister she just in and out. I'm just joking. She, my sister's out in the jungle, y'all. Y'all saw the jungle behind her. She out in the jungle. So she's in and out. It's her birthday. We're gonna give her a pass. But if y'all missed the beginning, Knowledge was talking about the word re, and I really like, the way he described it as doing it again. We have to remember certain things, and our relatives, it starts with the RE. These people we've dealt with them before, and I tell my daughters all the time, you mad about me? Yeah, right, Lele, she'll be back. You right. But you mad at me? You chose me. I'm hard on my kids. I am, and I know that they chose me because they needed a mom like that. I'm not a soft mama. I'm the old school kind, them old school mamas. You be like, damn. The kind of mama you hear her talking to her kids and make you want to call your mama and say, hey, mama, I miss you. Yeah, I'm one of them mamas. So, I know that we all choose, like, even with my mom, rest in, I want to say peace, but she's around me. She ain't resting. My mom is always around me. But my mom, I know I chose her because there was a certain path I had to live to become who I am today. So we all choose our parents. And I believe that every contract is negotiated prior to us coming here. So everybody is chosen. We chose those people to be a part of our experience. There's my sister. Hey, sis.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not checking the comments no more. Y'all read them out to me, because every time I
got you.
Yeah, okay. The StreamYard is like, oh, we about to be out.
Look, Lele said she'll be back. I said, my sister out in the jungle out there. You see the jungle behind her?
It's so beautiful over here.
It is gorgeous. Look at that. Show us some. Let us see what you got going on over there.
I just ate everything that they was growing in here. It's way bigger than this. If y'all follow me or y'all my friend on Facebook, I did a whole live where I did a whole walkthrough of the venue. It's so beautiful.
Oh, I'm jealous. I gotta come out there and we're gonna be together, y'all. Y'all gonna see us soon enough together.
For real. Philly got some gems, y'all.
Yeah, yes. I can't wait. That's a secret though. We'll tell y'all about that later. But you'll be seeing me and my sister for sure. We'll be having some videos of us being together. She's not too far from me. You're not far at all, honestly.
Not far at all.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm a movie away.
Right. I love it. But yeah, so anything else you want to add to this conversation today? I said we should do a part 1 and 2 because relationship bonds, we can get really deep. And I would like to recommend, some ways, if you have any kind of attachments to people, there are different ways that you can relieve yourself of those type of attachments if they become burdensome. Like I say, I know every bond is for a reason, but there are some that we can and should be breaking while we're here.
Yeah, it's something that be following us through lifetimes because we don't break from the patterns that keep them coming to us. You got to know that your third eye and your crown, they're magnets. It's magnets in those. It's, electrons in your feet, it's magnets in your mind. And if your magnet is telling you, oh, I can forgive this person, and forgiveness looks like you acting like stuff never happened and you giving them passes and you enabling them, if that's what forgiveness look like to you, then that person ain't going nowhere. You have to, really like stand your ground and say, you know what, this is what I deserve. Because once you start walking in the power of what you deserve and you start giving it to yourself what you deserve, when other people try to come around you and give you less, it's not going to do nothing for you. You're not going to be entertained. You're not going to be fascinated. It's going to be like, ugh. And people's feelings gonna get hurt, but the thing about it is, if you align with the Netta rules, you would understand that you're not even supposed to be one with your emotions. Your emotions supposed to be something you're supposed to be able to communicate, but you're supposed to be able to step outside of it and communicate it. Like, I feel like this because XYZ happened, and this is why it made me feel like this. You like make some logic, some sense of it. That's the Fibonacci. That's the power of the Fibonacci. You feeling the emotions, you spiraling in it, but then you turn around and talk it out in those 90-degree angles so that you can fine tune your magnet to where it needs to go and where it needs to be. Because the more you keep backtracking on the things that you deserve and backtracking on the things that like your grounding and your discipline and the requirements of people coming into your space, if you keep bending on those requirements, you're going to leave room for more things to come. Like, it's like I opened up the door for this person, but when this person walked in, so did the fucking flies and mosquitoes and the bees behind them. So you got to be mindful of that.
Yes.
That's what you're doing. So you got to be intentional always. It's about setting your intentions, actually standing your ground in those intentions, because your intentions will always be tested. You will be tested.
Intentional.
I would say, like, especially like, because I got cut off, like camel walking with bro. Like, right now I got somebody that be reading my emails on a daily basis. Like, he be in my emails every day. This is somebody that was brought into my space. Everybody accepted him. He was all up in the temples, this, that, and the third. And I'm trying to tell people, like, this brother is harassing me. I really got this like weak ass apology in my inbox from the brother that helped him make the music video of him threatening me. Really? And was like, oh, we didn't know. How you didn't know if I was in your inbox literally telling you this man is harassing me? Oh, I thought y'all just had beef. I'm beefing with a grown ass man. I'm a whole goddess. How am I beefing with a man? And how is a man beefing with me? This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about being your brother's keeper. There's no reason why no grown ass man should be beefing with any woman. Beef? Are we for real? Work on being y'all brothers' keepers, because the thing about it is that make me feel crazy is the fact that women need protection from men. Women don't need protection from women. We need protection from men. And we asking y'all to do it for us, and y'all not even trying to do it. Why? For what? Who y'all need protection from when it comes to each other? Who? Like, this is like, it doesn't make sense. But then call on us for our nurturing energy, but we can't call on y'all to be masculine unless we sleeping with y'all. That makes no sense to me. And I'm not going to sit here and respect it. But stuff like that, those are different kind of bonds that y'all bring into y'all space, and then y'all act oblivious to like the details of the bond. Like, oh, I realized, I noticed that he was a little off, or I noticed that things was a little this, a little that. So why you ain't checking?
Right.
Why aren't you checking it?
So
like, y'all got feminine energy too, but y'all got it so y'all could disrespect it. That's your intuition that's telling you to do stuff like that. That's your intuition telling you that bro a little off. That's your intuition telling you, oh, don't go out tonight, or I'm gonna stay my ass in the house, or I'm not really feeling the vibes of these dudes over here in the corner. That's your feminine energy that tells you to do that. So if your feminine energy is saying, hey, maybe you should keep this brother, or you need to check this one over here, that why you not doing it?
Yep. Look, I feel you, sis, because I'm gonna say this. We need to be protected because we got to do the work we got to do. And I'll just say that everybody got to, if you want to see this energies in its highest form, you want to see it performing at its highest form, then we need you to stand up and perform your highest form, meaning protection. And that means providing and protecting protecting and providing protection. How about that? So I want to get to Lele said that she does need a tool. So Lele, if you tap in tomorrow on Soulmate Sundays, I'll be on there with Claudia, and I'll make sure I'm gonna make note right after. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it right now. That I'm gonna go over some of the soul cutting tools that I've found over the years to help. I had a soul bond, a soul contract with my ex-husband, and it was painful because it ended in abuse. But I will tell you that when I went and got a specific cleansing, I could not, my mind couldn't even go there. It wasn't even like the sadness that I was going to, it was like a block there. And it was the cleansing that I got was so deep. And it was on 1/11/2020. Because on 2019 is what December, actually it was November, the day after Thanksgiving was when the abuse occurred. On 1/11/2020, I received this cleansing. When I say that the bonds were cut, I felt like black ropes were on me, and he had fire, actual fire, and was breaking the bonds while there was another shaman who was standing between worlds and communicating for me to break those bonds. When I say that it took them 30 minutes, and I was like, I paid $200 for 30 minutes. That's the first thing I'm thinking when I sit up, right? Because I'm a human, right? I'm spiritual, but I'm human first. So I'm like, damn. So I sit up and I'm like, okay, all right. Well, then I walk out to my car and I'm just like, am I going to feel different? And I'm like, I'm not sad. Okay. So I get in my car, and of course, you want to go back to what you were doing. So my brain wanted to automatically try to think, and it was almost like trying to start a car. It wouldn't start. It was like, whenever I would try to think of something that was negative, it would just like, so by the time I got home, he explained to me that I would need to, I would need to move around to let the energy release, because I was going to feel that need. When I say Lizzo came out with that song, If He Don't Love You Anymore, yo, I played Lock Your Crying Ass Out the Door. Yo, I played that song. And I got a video, me and my daughter. Nobody knows that was the same day I got that damn cleansing. I couldn't stop moving. I couldn't stop dancing and singing. I did not cry, not one time, and have not cried since. Do you understand? I was married to this man for 8 years, and that was the quickest I've ever gotten over anybody. That's how I knew it was karmic, for one. When you get over it that quickly, like when you could, of course I needed the soul bonds and again broken, but when it was done, it was done. That contract was done. So thank God for my two beautiful babies. But I say all this to say to you, Lele, that it can be done. You can, and you are not weaker the older you get with putting up with stuff. The thing about it is that we start to compromise as we get older as women sometimes, because we start looking at the pool of people that we're dealing with, and we start looking and being like, but don't compromise. And you need to, Lele, you need to tap in on Soulmate Sundays, because Claudia, we went through this with Claudia, didn't we, Sunshine? We not anything that we didn't order, we sending that shit back. Okay, Lele, we sending that shit back. So if you didn't order chicken and you ordered steak and they sent your ass chicken, Lele, I'm gonna need you to send that chicken on back, and don't accept.
I know it smells good.
Mm-hmm.
I know it smells good. Don't
good.
do it, sis. That ain't what you ordered.
Right, your mouth watering and shit. But I promise you, if you get full off of that chicken, you're gonna see that steak come out, and you're gonna be too full to even enjoy it. So Lele, girl, we got some talking to do. Come on over to Soulmate Sundays, and we go get into that too. Now we'll be back here every other Saturday. We got me and my sis here are on Piece of the Sun podcast. We got some dope stuff coming for y'all. For real. My sis is like enjoying her weekend. I want her to enjoy the rest of her weekend. So I'm going to let her wrap up the show. But I just want to tell y'all, I am Foxxi Roxxi again from Pronoia Starseed. And let me just, hold on. 100 Black Rogue said, first, it's the repetitive lewd yearning that becomes a desire. Then the mind and spirit that absorbs the yearning that causes people to stay in the twilight zone of inflicting harm or on someone. So I'll say this too. We're gonna get into that tomorrow. I asked the question, is love a spell? Because I want y'all to understand, when we get into if love is a spell, you may agree with me if you didn't agree with me to begin with the show tomorrow. So I am Raquel, but also known as Foxxi Roxxi on Pronoia Starseed podcast. Tap in over there, y'all. We do Soulmate Sundays. I got Manifestation Mondays with my Lisa. Then my sister's going to be joining me for Tarot Tuesdays at the end of the month on the 27th. My sis Sunshine Monie L. And the next month, we're going to be doing Pronoia After Dark. So it's a lot going on over there on Pronoia Starseed Podcast. So please, please, please tap in over there. And yes, Lele, I will give you some remedies for cutting soul ties that you can take care of at home if you can't get to a shaman. But I do recommend, if you feel the need to cut them, cut them. Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. For sure. All right, Sunshine, you wrap us out.
Yeah. I'm Sunshine Monet L. I am the energy awareness coach. I do a planetary forecast every Monday. What time? We don't know. It's when I show up. But it's supposed to be 3:33 Eastern Standard Time, colored people time, Sunshine Monet L time. So catch me at 3:33 on Mondays for the planetary forecast. I talk about where the planets are. If you got any meteor showers, we did have a couple meteor showers this weekend that were closing up on us as we, sitting in this retrograde season. I talk about the different EMFs they create. I get into history a little bit, talk about some historical moments that happened during the week and planetary alignments and stuff, and it's fun. Do fun stuff. I also perform music. You guys can check my affirmation music. It's everywhere. I actually use my government name on that one. It's Unica Monet, UNIQEA MONIE, as you see below. So you guys can find my music on all streaming platforms if you guys like to twerk to something a little positive. And that's pretty much it. You guys can book me for energy awareness courses. If you like jewelry, I make jewelry pieces.
Yes.
Just follow me somewhere.
I'm gonna need to get me a crown, sis. I need to get me a crown piece when you get
here.
Yes, for the show, I'm gonna rock that joint. We got to. Yes,
there's some beautiful crowns in here. So I was talking to one of our mother goddesses, and she was like, "Yeah, her crown was beautiful." And she was like, "Yeah," she was like, "I'm getting used to wearing that." I was like, "You better wear that joint everywhere." I be wearing my crown everywhere. If I go to Wawa, the crown is on. I don't care. Like, what are we talking about right now? This is mine. What? I'm a goddess everywhere I go. Open the door for me. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm sorry. They start invite week. Everything started on my birthday. When they want to bury the queen on my birthday, I'm like, bro, she can have her own day. Y'all could have did that on the 20th. And you know what? I'm kind of glad they doing it on my birthday because I'm gonna do a whole manifestation spell the moment they put her in the dirt, and greet her at the door. Amen. The fuck.
Hey, listen.
Tried it.
And everybody,
it's a great day because the gates is open for sunshine.
There you go. And every year when people be mourning her, they're gonna be celebrating, and we're gonna celebrate her life. No, we celebrating Sunshine's birthday. So all across the world, every year we gonna be celebrating Sunshine's birthday.
At 4:19 a.m. Not 4:19, 4:18 a.m. a goddess was born. Bump that. Take care of that queen.
I know that's right.
We gotta do some juju music. Don't get our shit back.
For the gentrifiers. I love that shit. I was playing that joint earlier, girl. Yes, I always listen to my sis. I listen to the music that I play on my show, y'all. So if you think I'm playing, I don't play. Anything you hear on my show, it be bumping in my house too. So all right, y'all. That's it for us today. I hope y'all enjoyed the show, and we'll be back not next Saturday, but the one after that.
Word. And make sure y'all tune in to Do the Knowledge Radio. My man, it's just that Wednesday was like, yo, that shit made my soul feel good. I was like, yo, it's a good Wednesday. I'm here for this, yo. I'm glad somebody said the shit he was saying.
Yes. Shout out to knowledgebornallah again for giving us this platform, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Seeds of the Sun podcast, y'all. And that's it for me. I'm out, sis. Enjoy your birthday. I love you.
Thank you. I love y'all. I love you, Roxy. I love you, Knowledge. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love everybody.
Peace, y'all.
Prior to what they call Philadelphia, right? This region was called Foxxi, which means where the kings meet. The territory as a whole was called Lenapehoking.
I prefer to watch human behavior from afar. The ignorance, intelligence, and they art of war. Tragedy, strategies, put knowledge in the book. Change our language so we couldn't read it if we look. Business, we ain't have shit here but disease. Made us 3/5 human and black illegally. You put your fists up to being African American. How much history you went through for that to make some sense? I've been on Turtle Island 10,000 years. Akubulan been my neighbor. Pangea brought me here. The world didn't start in 1400s. Niggas grow up. What you think we was doing? Morse was running Europe. We been tribal folk, now it's time to show up. Bring back the villages, the cities ain't got no love. You're melanin addicted to the infliction of pollution. Chemical dependency, nature the solution. Grow your food and medicine, build homes in conclusion. The enemy will televise infiltration as inclusion.
And in order to be in propria persona in this country, whether that be North America, Central America, or South America, you must be a Moor. If they want to be sovereign, they got to go home. They cannot be sovereign here.
Universe is generous, so say less. I'm on it like a magic carpet. Ride a wave through your hood, all I find I keep. Peep to a banner scene, must be left by the vaccine. Oh well, we tried to told them. Now let's go into hell, molten lava jail. Now digger, well we gon' live well for free. The mind state translate the meekest first plan. Season educate for Mother Earth. Give what you need, then reap a harvest. Don't matter who the largest, we level out. All we need is water. You got gold, I got stolen land. One hand wash the other, my sister and brother. We can spend our time building river to river. Call them Indian, give her whatever. Clan shared that became sicker. The snake oil, POS, the body quiver. Goosebump, deliver the lottery with a turtle niggas. Inform my niggas. Gotta slither through the maze to see the whiz in the end.
Your license to practice law? Where's your proof of naturalization in my land? Who gave you the authority to be here? Right? Who issued you authority to act in any capacity, to file any complaint or any charges against anyone? That's the question. And I say to you, she can't answer those questions.